Hello everyone and welcome. Today I have got a special one for you. We're taking a look at the game called The Forgotten City. Now, this is gonna be special, and I know it because when I tried this, when it was just a mod for Skyrim, I remember playing it many years ago, and it was so incredibly amazing that I ended up telling, I went and tell, hey mom, I played this game that this and this happened, and she was like, oh my god, they do have that in video games. I went and told my friends at school at the time, and they were like mind blown, and they were like, what game is this? What the hell? So yeah, it is a game about a city hidden underground you discover, and then there's a twist and a time loop, and you have to investigate and solve the mystery, and it's really engaging, and I love it. So without further ado, I am very happy to start this playthrough. So if you like it, make sure to subscribe to follow along, and if you like the video, please do press a like. But let's jump right in. The Forgotten City. So I did start to make sure the recording is working and stuff, but for you, we'll be doing a complete new game. I haven't played much, just the very beginnings. New game. A message from the developers. This game was developed by a core team of 3 people over 4 years. This mystery adventure has multiple endings. Conversations and exploration, no brute force. Present day.
Hey,
stranger.
you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are?
Okay, so this is the character creation. So yeah, as you might have be thinking, maybe the graphics aren't as fancy as some of the other games out there, but believe me, the graphics are good, and of course much better than when it was a Skyrim mod. But the gameplay and the story and the mystery is what makes this game special. So let's select our body type. It's either a female or a male. You know what? Let's go with the female. Skin color, go something in the middle, maybe like that, maybe that. Yeah, let's go like that. We're gonna call ourselves off by 1. Make sure you're subbed. Save and continue. Factory name off by already exists. Blah 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 blah. God damn it! Because I chested earlier. Okay, let's try it this way.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember?
I was floating down the river. I was searching for ancient ruins. I was on a covert mission. I was on the run from the law. I barely remember anything. Your recent head trauma has increased your pain threshold, making you 50% harder to take down. Run from the law. Your time on the run has made you quick on your feet, and you are 25% faster when you are sprinting. You have a military-issued firearm. I was on a covert mission, but only 10 bullets. You will have to use them judiciously, since there's no way to get more. Only 10 bullets. Years of studying history give you occasional insight into the ancient world. Making you 50% harder to take down. I feel like 20% faster running is gonna be fun, right? The takedown is nice. The covert, the firearm. I don't need the firearm. And the history is not bad. Okay. I barely remember anything.
It does look like you took a pretty hard blow to the head. You're just lucky you've been given a second chance. Which is why I feel terrible for what I'm about to say, but I have a favor to ask. There are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured or worse. I would have gone after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him. If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
Mind if I ask some questions first?
Of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. I just... What do you want to know?
Maybe, what's your story?
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean?
Sounds, reminds me. You're not even going to tell me your name?
Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
I'd really like to know, especially if I'm going to be helping you. Why don't you want to tell me? Never mind, I don't care that much. I'd really like to know.
All right, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey. It's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
Well, thank you for saving my life, Karen. Why didn't you want to tell me your name? All those Karen memes have really ruined that name, huh? Okay.
Yeah, something like that. But right now, I have bigger problems, like finding Al.
Who is Al?
He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is.
So, if you haven't noticed, the strength point of this game is through dialogue, because you can find out about secrets and stuff through dialogue and uncover more of the story. And you'll find the voice acting is on point, and also some of the conversation you can have are amazing. So that's one of the strengths of this game, and it has a lot of dialogue. So yeah, be ready for a lot of dialogue. Where are we?
You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber.
Okay. What can you tell me about the ruins?
Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. Al...
Have you tried calling for help?
What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me.
Okay. That's all the questions I had.
Great. So you're ready to go look for Al?
Right, I'm in. I'm going in for the priceless artifacts, but I'll keep an eye out for him. I'll pay. Alright, I'm in.
Thank you. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Please, hurry. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
She gave us a flashlight. That's perfect. Take item. Enter the ruins. Okay, we can walk, we can talk, and can we... Does she have anything else to say?
Back already? What's up?
I was hoping to ask some more questions. Okay.
Oh, of course.
I don't think there are any more.
What did you want to know?
Nothing. Can I go back?
What am I, an idiot? You could hike Oh, there's not. Oh,
Why don't you want to tell me your name?
all right, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey. It's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I
She's gonna say the same thing. Well, thanks for saving my life, Karen.
You're welcome. Always happy to help.
That's all the questions I have.
Was there something else?
Nope. I'll be going.
Thanks again.
Okay, let's see. Inspect. An old wooden row boat. Karen must have used it to rescue me from the river. Uh-huh. Inspect. I was sleeping
The
on
ruins
this.
are just beyond those columns. Please, hurry.
Okay, I got it. I was sleeping on this not long ago. It smells of campfire smoke and sweat. Use this to raise your flashlight, scroll bar, or scroll wheel. Okay. Enter the ruins. Lit torch. A rusted metal torch which must have been lit by Al. I'm going in the right way. And I can't walk this way. I can only walk this way. Shift to sprint. Okay. Really doing it. Okay. Looks like a Roman structure. Lower your flashlight. Ooh, backpack. A backpack full of worn hiking clothes and empty food packets. Nothing valuable here, but still it seems strange that Al left it behind. Okay. Leave item. I feel the sensitivity is a bit too high. Let me actually lower the DPI. Okay, examine. Al's note.
Reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its existence is long forgotten, all knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place."
Ooh,
Could an
eerie.
underground city have remained a secret for all this time? The people have survived down there, against the odds. It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation, or a warning. Al Worth.
Oh. This is getting serious now. Consider this an invitation or a warning. Okay, let's go. Golden. Crafty. Whoa. We fell? It's a hole. Uh-oh. I guess that's why we didn't hear from Al. Find the entrance to the secret city. Follow Al's trail. Ooh. Golden statues. Whisper. Who is whispering? Are the statues whispering to me? Something looks like someone is doing something. Inspect. An ancient Roman mosaic depicting a godlike figure turning a man into gold. Ooh. Inspect. A young Roman woman in a pose of lamentation. Is this the same woman in the Photo. Okay. Oh, looks. Is this the same guy? Who knows? Whoa, golden statue. A Roman gladiator mid-stride. What could have made a gladiator flee? Is that a person turned into gold? All of these are not statues, these are people. They are whispering. Something is happening. What is happening? Loading. Okay. Golden statue. A young Roman woman. It looks like she was begging for her life. Ooh. A Roman military commander attempting to scramble away from something. A Roman legionary in a state of terror. Something was here in the middle. Oh, the city is in ruins. What are you looking at? What's up here? A Roman woman who appears to be praying for help that never came. There's a temple up there. Oh, such a lovely little waterfall. I love the music, by the way. The soundtrack is amazing. I love it. Oh. Inspect. A golden statue of an old man wearing modern clothing. This must be Al, but how is that possible? So Al himself turned into gold as well? Inscribed stone tablet.
Whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. And here there are only two options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now. And find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Ooh. So there is a portal that takes me back in time. A young Roman woman in state of panic. Oh, I hit the... doorway. Okay. Oh, we can jump. Who's that guy? A Roman man on his knees as if begging his gods for mercy. Step through the doorway into the past. So, we want to go to the past, but this is a time portal. Let's try. To see the objective markers for a given quest, mark the eye next to it. Hold shift to sprint. Okay. Alright, this looks a lot better. So this is the current relief. Inspect. A Roman relief depicting a great circular portal and two women. I wonder who they could be. Oh, who is this guy?
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
I'm off by one. I have just come from the future. Wait, what are you speaking? Wait, are you speaking English? Shrine of Proserpina. I'm off by one and I got lost. Wait, are you speaking English?
What? I'm speaking Latin. You are too, although your accent's a little strange. Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you? And what were you doing in the shrine?
Shrine of Proserpina?
Yeah, you know, agricultural goddess of springtime? You're not from around here, are you?
Aha.
And you've just done it again. You're a sly one, aren't you? One more time. Who are you and what were you doing in that shrine?
I'm off by one and I've just come from the future.
No idea what you're talking about. Oh, wait. Are you a bit, you know, not right in the head? That's all right, friend. Everyone's welcome here.
Oh, that's so kind of you. Seriously, what's today's date?
We sort of lose track of the date down here, but it feels like the beginning of spring to me, so I'd say early March?
Okay, what year?
It's 817 AUC. Sorry, you look confused. 817 years since the founding of Rome. Which part of the empire are you from exactly?
Ooh. That doesn't help me. Is this before or after Christ?
Hey, not so loud. Just saying that name could land you in trouble here. If you haven't heard, his cultists burned down half of Rome last year. Horrible business. I heard Nero executed some of them, but a lot of people are still angry with them. Even down here. So, if you're one of them, keep it to yourself.
Last year.
Listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So, let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
Your law? What is your law?
Laws? Law. There's just one, the golden rule, and the punishment for breaking it's... well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming?
Alright, lead the way.
Follow me. When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now. Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
23.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your pretty new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking her to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it and her, if I were you. She's... it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Oh.
Don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... well, you know, I don't know what happened to her. Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the Forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since.
The statue is whispering.
This central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Hilarious. You're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
You'd better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy. Greetings, citizen.
Horatius.
Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
Alright, lead the way. What's this about?
I expect the magistrate wants to brief you about the Golden Rule. It shouldn't take too long. He's busy preparing for the election later today.
Alright, lead the way. Lead me all the way.
The only thing you really need to understand right now is the Golden Rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9.
Whoa.
No matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the Golden Rule is exactly 10 times worse.
10 times.
Magistrate can explain the rest. Who's up these stairs?
10 times, so that means everyone gets punished for the sins of the one. Magistrate Sentius.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
I'm off by one.
A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains, many hundreds of years ago.
It's beautiful. I just want to get out of here. No, it's beautiful.
Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
Can't say I have.
Nor could I until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die.
Whoa.
You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
Someone is about to break the rules and I am sent to save them? What counts as a sin here?
An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
I'm not sure if that's a good idea. What is legal isn't always moral, and many of your laws and customs are considered barbaric where I am from. I'll just say it makes sense.
I'm glad you agree. The key things to remember are that we have laws forbidding treason and blasphemy, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson and so on. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you.
What did you mean when you said Prospina sent me?
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time, so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you?
You're right. I'm from 2,000 years in the future. Oh.
2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please, tell me, in your time, what did you see? What had become of us? Of this city?
You had all been turned into golden statues. Oh.
I have imagined it, our downfall, 1,000 times. But it still breaks my heart to hear the truth of it.
How does the ritual work?
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future?
Oh. I did see human remains in the temple.
I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you?
I'll do my best.
Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for.
Why can't you investigate?
Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot.
Fair enough. Do you have any suspects?
Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
How do I know you're not the person responsible? Come on, tell me what you really think. Fair enough. How do I know you're not the person?
Me? Why would you suspect me? I've just told you. I'm about to sacrifice my own life to ensure these people have a second chance. What reason could you possibly have to suspect me, of all people?
Fair point.
I'm glad you think so. Without trust, without each other, we won't be able to prevent what is about to happen.
Come on, tell me what you really think.
Well, all right. There are those who wish to vote me out of office so that they can pursue their own misguided political agenda. Frankly, their selfishness and recklessness risk destabilizing the entire city. I would be looking very carefully at them if I were you.
Ah, this is the lady at the farm. Oh no, not the farm, before the farm, at the bar. Why can we understand each other? I don't speak Latin.
You mean you couldn't speak Latin before you arrived here? How strange. But the gods are active here, and their temples and shrines hum with power like nowhere else in the Empire. Perhaps when Proserpina brought you here, she planted the seed of Latin in your mind so that you could better serve her.
Awesome.
Indeed.
If I do this, will you help me get back to my own time?
If I understand Proserpina's ritual correctly, that problem should take care of itself. Let me see if I can explain. If you manage to prevent the sin that breaks the Golden Rule, I won't need to bring you here. I won't create the portal, and you will never have been able to come here. Thus, you'll have created a paradox. If this occurs, you should be flung back to your own time, having changed the past for all of us. Make sense?
Aha. Sure, why not? I think so. That's all the questions I had. Thank you, Magistrate.
Ah, good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the Golden Rule?
About to break it. Alright, I'm in.
Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately.
Alright, I'll get started.
Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
I'll see what I can do. This will prioritize the new quest, showing its objective markers only. Yeah, why not? Let's listen to him. I'll get right on it. Okay. So they say this game can have multiple endings. So at least for our first ending, I want to go with the flow. Tab to check your quest journal and inventory at any time. So leads, dying gasp. Find out what's distressing Lucretia. And then the Golden Rule, figure out who is most likely to break the Golden Rule and inform Cynthius. And then point of origin, create a time paradox. These are the active ones, these are the completed. Okay. So, dying gasp, find out what's distressing Lucretia. Search. Denarius. Steal. No. Lararium. Inspect. A small household shrine where ancient Romans offered daily prayers for protection. I'm not gonna start by stealing. Note from Scintilla. Scintilla to Cynthius. May Jupiter Optimus Maximus continue to protect and guide you. Thank you for making me your daughter. And for the lovely birthday pendant, I promise will wear it always. I feel so safe and fortunate to have you as my father, and Cynthia is my sister. So Scintilla and Cynthia and Cynthius. I sense you have been feeling apprehensive about the election next month. But if you can just show them the strong and dependable man I know you to be, you will be re-elected, I am sure of it. Okay. Scintilla expresses gratitude for Cynthius for adopting her. So if he's adopting people, he's a good person, I'm assuming. Ooh, a nice job. Will I die? Okay, I want to go to the Shrine of Apollo. All the way up here. Go, 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 go. Okay, we can do that. Or we can go this way. This is where we came from, and is this temple? Okay, let's go. So there are 20 people in total in the cities. We need to talk to all of them. Boom, such a nice one. Stranger, hello.
Ugh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want?
Barbarians? What's your story?
I'm Cynthia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly. What are you doing in here? And why are you dressed like that?
I'm not from around here.
Really? I'd never have noticed, what with your flawless accent, appropriate attire, and impressive mastery of our customs. Now, remind me, why are we having this conversation?
She isn't very nice, is she? Do you know a way out of here?
Ugh, what is it with you people? You heard the rumor that my little sister escaped and figure I must know a way out too. Is that it? Well, that's just a stupid rumor. We have no idea what happened to Scintilla. I wish you mouth breathers would just leave me alone.
Mouth breathers. Can I help?
I don't know. Can you? Can you tell me how a person could have disappeared from a city with no exits and no crime? Was she snatched away by the harpies?
When did you last see her?
It was 3 weeks ago. We ate our evening meal together, and I remember she seemed happy. In love. We went into our rooms, I went to sleep, and when I woke up, she was gone.
She was in love.
That's it.
Maybe she ran away with someone. She was seeing someone?
I think so, yes. But she was very careful about keeping his identity a secret, even from me.
Why is that?
Because our father had plans to marry her off, eventually, and even a rumor about her attachment to some mystery man might have ruined those plans.
Your father didn't mention any of this when I spoke to him. Any idea why?
That doesn't surprise me. To him, it was like a prize cow wandering off from its paddock. He's upset, of course, but he says he's too busy with the election to help look for her, so he's letting Horatius do the heavy lifting. Some good that's done.
Is it possible her lover was involved?
I don't know, but it's been 3 weeks since she disappeared, and he hasn't come forward. That might speak to a guilty conscience. All I know is, whoever he is, he's still here in the city.
Cynthius, Cynthia, Scintilla. Why are your names all so similar?
You really aren't from here, are you? All Roman women are named after their fathers. I think it's their way of branding us, like cattle to be sold at market. His family name is Sentius, so I'm Sentia because I'm the eldest. And my little sister is formerly Sentia Minor, but she is affectionately known as Sentilla.
Aha. You look surprisingly relaxed about your sister's disappearance.
I hope you're not insinuating I'm somehow pleased with her disappearance.
I think you know something you're not telling me. Bluff, are you?
Ugh, you're awful. Get out of my villa and never speak to me again.
Damn it. She's mad. I'm sorry, okay? I was just messing with you. Cynthia. I will try to guide you. Tap X for a guide. Guide shows these butterflies. Okay. Okay, let's just go.
Ah, you've returned. Do you have any news about your investigation?
I haven't yet. I haven't. Can we talk about who's going to break the golden rule? I was hoping to ask you some questions. What's your story? Do you know a way out of here? What do you think of the golden rule? What's your story?
Sextus Sentius Imperiosus is my name, though magistrate is the proper way to address me. Before I wound up here, I was a decurion in the cavalry of Imperial Rome, helping protect civilization from the barbarians.
What's a decurion?
It's a cavalry officer. I had 30 men under my command. This was my uniform.
Why are you still wearing it?
As magistrate, I usually wear a toga, but today I may need to survive long enough to create the portal for you, so it seemed prudent.
How did you end up here?
My men and I were at the Emporium in Rome as honor guard for a visiting dignitary arriving upriver by barge. Now the port is usually bustling, but just as our guests arrived, waves of people began running toward the river from streets and alleyways in every direction. They were trying to escape a terrible fire. Unfortunately, the crowd sent my horse into a panic, and I remember it losing its footing by the water's edge. The next thing I knew, I was waking up on a riverbank not far from here in the company of some stranger. I went looking for my horse and discovered that lonely temple. You can probably figure out the rest.
Ah, he fell in. How did you come to be the magistrate?
I was elected 7 months ago, uncontested because of my command experience. Since then, there's been growing agitation for another election. They're supposed to be annual, but I agreed to hold it sooner, hoping it would placate my constituents. Unfortunately, it just seems to have emboldened certain elements instead.
Or 7 months. Talk
Very
about something
well.
else. You know a way out of here? We already
If I
asked.
did, I'd have led these people out of here already.
What do you think of the golden
I've had
rule?
plenty of time to think about it. Let me see if I can sum up my thoughts. I've always considered my guiding star to be the well-being of the Roman people. Our survival and prosperity have always hinged upon honoring the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. Give the gods what they want and we all prosper. Dishonor them and we all die. It's as simple as that. The real enemy in this place is not the golden rule, but human failings. The temptation to slide into degeneracy, greed, and hubris. I trust that answers your question.
All right. I'll get back to it.
I'll be waiting here for news.
Let's go see the temple. I'm just weirded out by these statues. Are these the people that were here before these guys came here? Who's that guy doing push-ups?
Fresh meat, huh?
Fresh meat,
Keep an
Isn't
eye
the
out for
great
Scintilla,
temple
would you?
majestic? Keeping an eye on things, Horatius?
As always, priestess.
Any news about Scintilla, Navia, or Kabash?
No sign of any of them, I'm afraid. But we do have a newcomer. Strangely dressed woman. Pretty, though. Funny accent, too.
A traveler from a faraway land, then?
Seems that way.
Then let's make sure she feels welcome, shall we?
Of course, priestess.
Oh, that's me! Priestess, you're a kind person. Shrine of Apollo. Lucretia. Stranger, is she dead?
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend. Julia. She was a good woman.
What happened?
She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here, with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath.
Cursed the snake's cruel black eyes. Is there something I can do to help?
Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just one thing you can do. Get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that Genetricum Fututo and scratching his eyes out.
Oh, she's a suspect. I'll get right on it. I'll see what I can do. That's dangerous talk. I'll see what I can do. What's your story?
I'm Lucretia, and I'm going to be straight with you. I'm not a physician. This is Navia's clinic. I've just been filling in ever since she disappeared. I'm tired and out of my depth and miserable all the time. But I'd rather take this on myself than let one of you lot mess it up.
How did you end up here, though?
My husband and I moved to Rome from Caesarea. He embraced the Roman way more than I would have liked, and turned into an awful philanderer. I would have divorced him and demanded the return of my dowry, but I knew he would sooner have me killed than give me my right. So I waited for the right time to take what was mine and disappear. And then the fires came. As he prepared to evacuate our villa, I gathered our most precious belongings, coins and gemstones, and the moment his back was turned, I ran. I could barely see for the smoke, and the streets were full of people trampling each other. I ran for the river, like everyone else, and leapt in. The next thing I remember, I was waking up on a riverbank, not far from here.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's all right. Say what you will about this place. At least my fornicating husband will never find me. And while there's no shortage of snakes here, at least with the golden rule, they have to try to be discreet about it.
There are snakes? How are you working out of a shrine?
This shrine was in use as a clinic long before any of us arrived here. Kind of strange to set up a clinic in the temple of the god of disease. But the god who inflicts a curse is also the only god who can undo it. So I suppose praying to Apollo for healing kind of makes sense.
Tell me more about Navia. This is one of the lost people,
she used
right?
to run the clinic. She was a midwife, not a physician, but she was the closest thing we had down here. And she was good too, until she suddenly lost all interest in us. One day she told me she'd made some profound discovery about the golden statues. This changes everything, she kept saying. But I had no idea what she was talking about. The last time I saw her, the last time any of us saw her, she was muttering to the statues, like she could talk to them. And then she shut herself in the palace, barred the door from the inside, and nobody's seen her since. She's been gone so long now, we figure she's either dead or up to something so strange that she doesn't want anyone else to know about it. But I really wish I could reach her, because that's the only hope I have of solving a troubling problem, a real thorn in the paw situation. One of my patients is suffering from terrible rheumatism. His joints are inflamed and he's in constant pain.
Oh.
I really shouldn't say. He wouldn't like it. And he's a little bit scary. He's become so irritable that the smallest things set him off. And I worry he'll end up losing his temper and lashing out. And you know what that means. I just know Navia would know how to treat him, assuming she's still alive. But nobody seems to know how to get into the palace.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, I suppose.
Do you know a way out of here?
I wish. Some people here need proper medical care, not the half-baked, hanging by a thread excuse for treatment I'm giving them. Just don't get sick or injured here. I'll do my best to treat you, but I'm out of my depth and dangerously short on everything you can imagine.
But you're doing a great work. What do you think about the Golden Rule?
A city without sin might sound good on paper, but whoever dreamt it up didn't think it through. Maybe it was an attempt to create some kind of utopia. But snakes like Decius will always find loopholes to exploit. And what can we do about it? Absolutely nothing. In some ways, we are worse off because we can't take the law into our own hands.
Yulia. Can we talk about Yulia?
Sure. What do you want to know?
Do you think she was poisoned or was it self-inflicted?
Do you really want to know? I mean, if somebody poisoned her, then surely they would have broken the golden rule, and so maybe it's best we don't discuss it.
Do you know what poisoned her?
Hemlock, I believe.
Hemlock? Is that a person? Or a... Is there any reason why she might have been
I
wanted
haven't
to
seen
die?
her in months. She's not allowed to leave Malleolas's villa, and they are quite secretive.
Malleola's villa. Let's talk about something else.
Gladly.
I'll be going.
Well, come back if you get sick or injured. Day or night, I'll do what I can.
She's doing what she can. What she told, she has nothing. Medical tools. A collection of barbaric looking medical implements including forceps and shears. She's doing what she can. Inspect. A large stone statue of Apollo, the Roman and Greek god of disease and healing, among other things.
May Apollo keep you safe.
Inspect. A collection of barbaric tools. Her pack. A wooden rack containing various dried and ground substances. Old chest locked. All right. So that was very suspicious. She was saying that she would have like stolen, paid someone to steal the needed herbs to save the people's lives. So that might have been the thing.
Keep you safe.
We can tell the guy about that now, but I'd rather listen to more people. But that will be it for this episode. If you enjoyed, please do make sure to drop a like and make sure to subscribe to follow along the story. And with that, I hope you have a nice day and see you in the next one. Bye bye.